Hey Libra, and welcome to your reading for June 2019. I'm really sorry this is late, maybe even a week late by the time I upload this. My apologies. So I guess it applies from whenever you watch this for the rest of that month for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading for anyone who's got, I guess, Libra in their chart. So of course it may or may not apply. You may relate to it or not. Just take what you like and leave the rest. And let's just dive right in. So we have 5 cards there. The first card across the back there representing the past and any past energy that may be relevant for this month. You have the Devil. The second card representing the current month, current issues, the situation for this month, the Chariot card. The third card representing any possible obstacles that may show up this month, you have the Justice card. The fourth card representing anything that may be useful this month, helpful tools. You have the Two of Cups card, and the final card there representing the outcome for the month, or is the Ten of Coins, otherwise known as the Ten of Pentacles. And that card lying down there from a different set of cards that I use more like oracle cards. That one is called Mountain, and that represents strong foundations. So I'll be reading about that card from a book towards the end of the reading, and we'll see if it relates at all and if it ties in, which hopefully it should do, but we'll see. So what I noticed with this these cards that came out for you guys is, if you can notice, in 4 out of 5 of those cards are elements of 2. So in the Devil you have the man and the woman. Well, they look like funny little creatures, but in a traditional kind of image there's a man and a woman with kind of horns. In the Chariot card we have the white horse and the black horse. In the Justice card she is holding scales, obviously 2 scales, balancing that up. And then you have the Two of Cups card. I also wonder too, with that Ten of Coins card being the number 10, if we were to add up these cards, we go 2, 4, 6, 8 and then 10. I don't know, I just thought that was really interesting. And actually when I lit the little candle there, initially the wick broke into 2, and when I lit the candle, another flame popped up, and there was 2 flames before it kind of got swallowed up there in the melting wax. So look, I don't know what's happening for you guys this month in June, but there seems to be something about duality, or about 2 different sides of you, or 2 different parts of your life. Something to do perhaps with partnerships, with coupling up, with balancing things, with yin and the yang, with outside and inside, with day and night, you know, anything where there's kind of 2 parts, 2 sides, 2 people. Very kind of strong theme, I think, coming through. So if we start with the Devil card in the past energy. So the Devil card typically is associated with vices, with addictions, with compulsions, which with things that we are bound to, that we kind of get ourselves tied up to, like an addiction, right? So we're in bondage or in slavery to something that's not good for us, and we might have really been struggling with that, or struggling with some downfall in our demise in our lives. The thing with the Devil card is that the people in that card are chained, but they can actually unbind and unchain themselves. They're just choosing not to do so. Certainly not at that point in that card. They are staying stuck. They are staying enslaved to something. They're not taking responsibility for themselves. They are living in excess and overindulging, you know. So maybe they were partying too much. Maybe there was some involvement even with the occult, you know, with strange and magical, mystical occurrences. Maybe there was something in your past that was extraordinarily tempting and you were involved in that, whether it's a substance or a person or a behaviour. The good thing is, though, is that was in the past, which tells me that you are free from that, or you've unchained yourself, or you're certainly moving away from whatever it was that you felt addicted to and enslaved to. maybe if we even think about the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, with that, the good and the bad there, you've shifted from a place of, I'm going to say badness, but what I mean is something that was very unhelpful for you, perhaps dysfunctional, and now you're moving into a much more empowered position, a much more positive position, and we can see that with the Chariot card there. You've taken the reins, I would say. The Chariot card is about action, it's about movement, victory, things moving forward, but very much gaining back a sense of power and control, and being going on a journey now, ready to move forward in one's life with great sort of enthusiasm and energy and fortitude, wanting to conquer something. So maybe you have conquered a vice, an addiction, a compulsion, something that you were very stuck in, and you've managed to step out of that, and perhaps you were finding or trying to find certainly more of a balance with that kind of the black and the white there in those horses, representing it could be many things, night and day, good and bad, masculine, feminine, like I was saying at the start of the reading. The thing with this card is these horses are sort of chomping at the bit. They're keen to go. They want to rear up and rear out there. Just be mindful of not rushing out into things too quickly, and to sort of pace yourself in a way. But there's very much a sense of persevering with this card, to keep going, to not stop, about receiving a life lesson, which would make sense with me if you've moved out of some sort of addictive behaviour, against the odds, and here we see now a lot of discipline, a lot of ambition, a lot of strong driven energy. The third card along there being what may be an obstacle this month, you had the Justice card, and like I said, we have the kind of the number 2, or the pairing, or the duality there in the card with the scales there. She's also holding a sword. Yeah, she's holding a sword. Sword being about your thoughts, thinking, your beliefs, communication. The Justice card is obviously about justice being served, cause and effect, taking full responsibility for oneself, weighing up something, weighing up a decision. It can represent certainly legal matters, anything that if you were wronged against, things being made right again, or if you wronged against someone in the past, justice will be served. This is a card about consequences, about the long-term consequences coming to fruition. So this does kind of make me wonder, for someone out there watching this, whatever perhaps you were involved in the past that had that devil-like energy that really had a hold over you. Certainly you've moved out of that, but now you are perhaps, watch out for a sense of paying the price for that, whether that's legally or in your own head, or other people around you saying, well, the truth is coming out now and you need to step up and you need to deal with that. And if you don't, it's going to happen anyway, I think. So perhaps the message with this card is to step up and take responsibility for yourself and own it. Own whatever fuck up you made in the past, if this is relevant for you, because if you don't, it's going to come out anyway. And better, I think, that you take advantage, you grab the reins yourself and take responsibility for that and accept the consequences, because all things come out. The truth is the truth and it can't be denied, essentially. Although what is the truth, really? But this is a card saying balance is going to be restored no matter what. So think about how you want that to be restored and what part you want to play in it. The fourth card along, representing what may be useful this month, is the Two of Cups, which is just a beautiful card of love, of soulmates, of deep connections, friendships, love. beautiful energy emotionally, of having good emotional support around you, whether that is a person, you know, some sort of intimate partner, or somebody very close to you that you have a deep, you know, kind of soul connection with, and there's possibly a deep attraction, or there's some sort of kindred spirit element about it. In the position of what may be helpful, I'm thinking there is perhaps a person in your life, a partner, a friend, colleague, a buddy of some sort, that is going to be really of use for you this month as you shift out of this kind of devil energy into taking the reins of your own life, taking control, accepting responsibility for things, and you have support around you. You have actually some really loving, beautiful, kind support within someone who you feel quite bonded and connected to. There is someone around you, it looks like, who you can talk to, who you can be very honest with, who will love and accept you for who you are and what happened in the past, or in your past. This is a card about honest communication, openness, absolute trust, joy and sharing, and feeling very loved and supported and cared for. So utilize that in your life. That's going to be very useful this month, it looks like. The outcome card for this month is the Ten of Coins, otherwise known as the Ten of Pentacles. So tens represent the end of a cycle, the end of something. Pentacles being about earthly matters, financial matters, practical, tangible things like work, money, business, physical things in your life. And the Ten of Coins is about sort of inheritances, legacies, wealth, things passed on through the generations, well-established, say, family life, or well-established kind of family traditions, I would say. This is a card about something, either something in your life coming, setting up something in your life that's going to last generations, or you coming in contact now with something that was laid down many, many years ago, and that you are able to reap the rewards of that now, whether that's financially or in work, or something that you're building, or a house, you know, something that gives you a really solid foundation, which is interesting because we have that other card there, the Strong Foundations card. This is a very prosperous card, typically a card of family matters, and like I said, things passed on through the generations, through the family home. Yeah, so something that was either created in the past, laid down in the past, or you are doing now, will lay a very firm foundation for the future, and to have faith in that, because it looks like some sort of choices you've made along the way are paying off now, or will pay off, because there is now a sense of sort of the ending of something, but also the beginning of something new with this card as well, that represents long-lasting energy, long-lasting security, I would say. So on that note, I'm now going to read from the book that came along with the that single card lying down there. The cards from that card is from a deck called the Dreamtime Reading Cards, and I use them like oracle cards. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system. Love these cards. I love the pictures of them. I love the meaning behind them. Very beautiful. So I'm going to read about mountain and strong foundations. Growing up, this author could always see the mountains. A mountain represents strength and firm foundations. It stands strong, magnificent and proud, the same way it has stood for millions of years. With every year, its appearance shows subtle changes as it weathers the storm and the elements. The trees that grow on its face rise and fall, uprooted by the elements. This leaves the mountain face scarred, revealing the cracks and fissures on its surface. But still it does not waver. It continues to stand silent, weathered but unbreakable, proudly wearing every groove and sign of age. The Mountain represents foundations. It reminds you that you need to be grounded and stable, which I would say is that 10 of Coins card there, as you weather each year of your life. It represents the process of aging and reminds you of the wisdom that comes through each year. And that, again, I think that 10 of Coins card there is very much about wisdom passed on through the generations, wisdom that you have gained over time, particularly if you've overcome some very difficult challenges as represented by the Devil card there. So it also signifies the strength and durability that comes from laying firm foundations. The Mountain's gift is gentle pride, strength and wisdom that comes with age. It reminds you it is not always about what you look like on the outside, but what you know in your heart. And we have that really deep, heartfelt connection card in the Two of Cups. Be dependable, share wisdom, support each other in the aging process. The Mountain reminds you just how much you can withstand in a lifetime. Whew, that's kind of profound, because it looks like you have really gone through the ringer a bit with that Devil card there around you, whether that is something that you experienced yourself, or there was somebody perhaps in your family or closely connected to you that really struggled with some sort of dysfunctional behavior, some sort of addiction or compulsion, some sort of vice or temptation that you thought this is never going to end, and it has, and now you're really moving forward in your life and setting up something very strong with a lot of energy now, and trying to perhaps restore some balance this month. So Libra, thank you so much for watching this, for listening to it. I'm very grateful you've given it your time and attention. I hope in some way it has been useful, and hopefully I will be doing the July readings before July hits. Thank you.